Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another Ultra Confusion interview, this time with Blue Mammoth. So, Zeke?
Yeah, that's
awesome. Right. Zeke, tell us a little bit about Blue Mammoth.
So Blue Mammoth Games is a studio here just north of Atlanta, and we make our biggest game right now is Brawlhalla. So it's a 2D platform brawler. We do we always like to say we're trying to make Saturday morning cartoons come to life. It's kind of the art style that we're trying to hit.
Okay.
It was originally founded by some cryptic studios expats that came back east. We're all from East Coast.
Okay.
So we went out west to get into games for a while, and we worked at Cryptic Studios. It's a great company, loved it to death, but got to get back east. And when the two founders came east, they started the studio, made a game called Dungeon Blitz, which is a 2D side-scrolling, again, similar art style, but it was like a full-functioning MMO. And then when they started gearing up for Brawlhalla, asked me to come join the team, and I jumped at the chance.
Awesome. So Brawlhalla, I know for a fact it's on the PC. Is there other platforms? Yeah,
well, it's on both PC and Mac right now through Steam. And then we are very, very close to starting the closed beta on PS4. So we're going to be a console exclusive on PS4.
Awesome.
And we may even be showing a sneak peek of that later in the convention, depending on how things go.
So what's the entry price for Brawlhalla?
It's free. We are a free game. Completely and utterly free. There's no barriers on the content. Basically the model is based on getting you to love the game and then making really cool costumes and skins and accessories that you can get to kind of make your experience just a little bit different.
So having played Brawlhalla, I do have one question. The loading area.
Okay.
Where I mean, it's very interesting. You're not just looking at a static screen. You're actually kind of dancing around and beating the crap out of people.
That's right.
I mean, was that like someone's going, this would be cool if, or?
Yeah, basically we started, the game is built from the ground up for online play. And so we have spent more attention to playing, I think we actually played it online before we actually played it local. We had networking right off the bat. And the loading screen is really the queue matchmaking system.
Yeah.
So the only time you get stuck there for any amount of time is if we're trying to find just the right match of players for you.
Right.
And we thought, well, why should that be a loading screen? There's no reason you can't be practicing your moves, getting ready to get into it.
Right.
And it's one of the things that we found out early on was that we had to present it in kind of a special way because people thought they were just dropping into games with other players right away, right? And didn't realize that it was kind of just a practice session. Right?
Well, I have to say that in my opinion, it's a lot better than a lot of the online games that have that matchmaking system where you're sitting there and watching a clock just increase. Yeah, sure. Sometimes you get a fast matchmaking, but you're just sitting there. And with this one, at least you're doing something. You're warming up. Kind of getting used to the feel and the rhythm, and then you jump into the game, and hopefully you don't get owned by someone who actually really knows how to play Brawlhalla.
Yeah, that's right. And we've actually, one of the sort of tenets about how we approach developing this game is the community is part of the journey, right? As a free-to-play game, we have to listen to the community. We have to figure out what they want. We have to kind of work with them to make the game what they want. And so one of the interesting things that people have brought up that is on our list for future additions to the game, since we're always adding, is kind of some of the high-end players want not just regular bots in the game, but we've got a really robust training mode where you can see how much damage you're doing or see what sort of gap you have in between your strings. And, there's a lot of information you can get out of it, and so they've asked for a way to access that in between their games so that they can not just warm up but actually improve their gameplay while they're waiting. And so those are the kinds of things that we're always listening to from the customers and from the community, and trying to figure out, when can we support that in the game? When can we get to adding that in?
Right. So right now, how big is the roster?
I think it's either 31 or 32. I'm mildly confused because we're showing off an upcoming character starting tomorrow. We're going to reveal who that is, and that will either be 31 or 32. I don't remember which.
Gotcha.
Over 30.
All right. And then, of course, you have quite a few different levels that definitely challenge even the most seasoned experts, because every single level you got to have a different mindset.
Yep.
So I'm assuming that with this potential 31 and 32 character, that there might be some maps included, or
we have a map not related to that character specifically, but we have a total redo of the Brawl Ball map. Brawl Ball is one of our game modes. It's a little bit different than just kind of beat your buddies up and send them sailing.
Right.
It's objective based. You have to take the ball and kind of get it into their end zone. And so we used a competitive map background that we had for that mode because it fit really well. But we've actually just redone the art entirely, and we're going to be revealing that this weekend as well.
Awesome. Is there any advice that you would give an independent developer, either that's currently making a game or in the future is going to be making a game, to maybe push them in the right direction, to maybe have something that people want to play?
Yeah, so community. You got to find your community and build with them. When we first showed Brawlhalla off in its earliest alpha state, was at PAX East 3 times ago. It might have been 4 PAX East ago. It was 3 years ago.
Right.
It's convention time gets weird, right?
Right, of course.
When we showed it off, it was actually a very different game. Everybody could use every weapon. There were no legends as defined characters. Like, you would get hats and vests and gloves and boots and kind of define your look. And we thought we had it. There was this whole system of picking what weapons you wanted to use and putting them in crates, and that's what dropped on the field. And so you could change how you played by collecting and gaining these different weapons. And we were like, this is it. This is the best. It's the greatest.
Yeah.
And it's nothing like the game at all today, because people, when they started playing it, they said, "Oh, okay, but what's the story behind this character? Who are they? What are they doing? And how are they different than this character?" And so we really took that to heart, sat down and got a much stronger game than what our original idea was. And it's all because we interacted with the community and we listened and we took that feedback in. And so I can't stress it enough. I love the access that you have to your player base now as a developer is unprecedented.
Absolutely.
So we are active on forums, on social media. We stream on Twitch 3 times a week, where we're actually talking to the audience and showing them.
What's the Twitch channel?
It's twitch.tv /Brawlhalla.
Okay.
We're Brawlhalla everywhere. So it's Twitter, Facebook, everywhere, Brawlhalla.
Brawlhalla.com?
Brawlhalla.com, yep.
So I know for a fact that y'all have already had one championship.
Yes.
And you're saying that you've got one planned for the future?
That's right. So we'll be doing it again in fall in Atlanta. We have a circuit going on right now where people are accruing points, and that's how we'll determine who we are bringing in.
Okay.
But there will also be slots for open play-in, so everybody can come to Atlanta and try to get your way to the final prize. We doubled the prize pool from last year. Everything went so great. We're really putting our energy into the esports scene. It's the kind of thing that we built the game and we hoped for, but you can never force it, right?
Right.
I always like to say that we can add to it, we can throw gasoline on the fire, we can give it life, but we can't make it happen. And the community made it happen, and we've just been constantly giving them more and more support ever since, and it's fantastic. We're so happy it's taken off, and we love doing it.
Awesome. Well, I want to thank you for giving us this time for the interview. As everyone knows, y'all should check out Brawlhalla.
Yeah.
You could be as terrible as I am. I am a button masher by trade.
That's okay.
For any fighting game. I've been called out a couple times where apparently I was a cheapo.
Okay.
He's like,
that just means you won a game.
Yeah. Well, I spanked the crap out of some dude who apparently is like, well, I actually know all the moves.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. But anyways, Brawlhalla.com, twitch.tv /Brawlhalla.
That's right.
Twitter, Brawlhalla. Facebook, Brawlhalla.
That's right. And we also have beta.brawlhalla.com. If you're interested in PlayStation 4, you can sign up for the closed beta there. We'll be sending out keys really soon.
All right, perfect. Well, thank you again for giving us time for the interview, and everyone play Brawlhalla.
Yeah, thanks a lot.